Hello, sir. Welcome to the CIO Agenda series. Kindly introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Vilas Pujari. I have been CIO since long number of years. I worked in companies like Tata International, ECG, Kasim, and Gujarat Ambuja Cements, and now with Rashi Peripherals as CIO mentor advisor. Rashi
And
Peripherals is a company engaged in logistics of computer, IT related products, and other electronics.
thank you, sir, for your kind introduction. So, my first question is, what are the key digital transformation trends and technologies that you believe will significantly impact the business landscape in 2024, and how is your organization preparing to leverage them?
See, in my view, the things like AI, ML, and the blockchain, the newer versions of CRM, the sales engagement products for our salespeople, and the language translators, transcriptors, things like that, which are going to change the way the communication will happen in future. So these are some of the, and of course, anything related to cloud are the technologies which are going to impact in general with respect to the industry working, whether it is logistics industry, manufacturing industry, software industry. Coming specific to certain industries, the different technologies may have a different level of impact. Like for example, a manufacturing company would have more inclination toward adopting IoT, learning, etc. The data-driven companies, could be hospitals, could be insurance, they would be leveraging more on the AI part.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your answer. My next question is, as a technology leader, how do you see your role evolving in the coming year to align more closely with your organization, digital transformation goals, and support its overall business strategy?
See, our Rashi Peripherals is very progressive in adopting IT technology, software for its business. We were one of the early adopters of ERP, SAP ERP, and we also did migration to the latest versions very soon. We have implemented SAP CRM, and we would be looking forward for more technologies. And we have very aggressively adopted the cloud, so to say. And as an organization, whatever comes in our way in terms of what makes us more productive, more optimized in terms of leveraging our resources, and also more customer oriented, customer centric, and the one as a leader, we would definitely be ahead in adopting those technologies. Like for example, as I told you earlier, we have adopted cloud quite early, and the CRM that we of course use is on cloud. And as a digital transformation, the CRM, but of course, it starts with ERP, and now the CRM is one initiative. We would stabilize, we would optimize in terms of usage, we would leverage that for our customer satisfaction or a better engagement with the customer. And of course, as we go along the RPA, and since we have large amount of data, using that data, using AI to leverage that data to deliver more value. And of course, we have already implemented business analytics, integration of business analytics tools that we have with ERP, with the CRM, and with the newer technologies would certainly help us in digital transformation, which is more helpful and more useful for an organization like us, where large number of people are salespeople, and they will be moving around, and they'll be moving around in India and abroad.
Sure, sir. Thank you for your answer. Now, my next question is, can you provide insights into the top priorities and and initiatives on your agenda for 2024, and what do you believe are the primary reasons organizations sometimes hesitate to embrace the cloud capabilities?
Okay, so I'll divide the answer response in two parts. One, as a digital transformation and some of the priorities that we are looking forward for, Rashi is one part of it that I will answer, and then that puts cloud, which is going to be a generic answer for me. Now, coming to the first part of the question, of course, as I told you, we have implemented CRM, and leveraging the CRM more would be our priority. And as we see, the tools which will help us in leveraging the CRM, this could be some of the software tools which would be helping us in implementing and leveraging the CRM more effectively would be one of the priority area, because we already made the investments in the tool, and we have significantly put our efforts into ensuring that that is implemented well, and that is well. That is one. Secondly, the we talked about the RPA because of the mobility that our people have, and also the multiple locations and departments. The using the use of RPA would definitely help in making the process leaner and faster and more optimized. Then we talk about the data that we have. Since Rashi is a very old organization, more than 50 years old organization, we would be having sufficient data. And as we want to grow faster, this data would be very, very helpful. And some of the the customer engagement tools, because we are having large B2B business, and also some B2B B2C business. Our objective would be to engage customers closely, and the tools that will help us in using these tools, using APIs, using integrators, those platforms would be definitely a priority for us, which will help us in ensuring that whatever investments have been made are well realized, well utilized, and also new investments will happen in the more focused areas. This is the first part of the answer that I wanted to give you. Second is with respect to cloud. The cloud adoption is of course happening, and on many fronts and in many areas, there is very limited choice that a customer has. Uh, like for example, some of the tools could be CRM and could be many new age tools. New age tools, when I talk about, are more leaner, more faster, more specific requirement oriented, so to say, because they are meeting certain specific requirement, certain business process. They will be more more the best tool in that in the segment, and they will be available only on cloud. Gone are the days where we would spend months and months in implementing a tool and then wait for the realization of the benefits. Now a faster implementation would be key, and the new age tool that I talked about are only available on cloud, and so the customer has no choice but to adopt cloud. I have no problem per se with the cloud, but the challenge with the cloud is the cost. In my view, uh, because it's a it's a chicken and egg syndrome for the product owners also. Because of the lesser option, the cost is likely to be higher, and as the customers adopt, the cost will become lower for the cloud service providers. However, the customer has to pay for that period. So as we see, the cloud costs are higher. I think there is one concern that I have as a customer, any customer would have. Second concern would be the contracts that we bind each other, whether it is cloud service provider or the customer, because even the cloud service provider wants us to engage with them as a contract for a longer term duration, because he's assured of his revenue. Having both of these would be possible if there's a trust as to there is a longevity of the product, there is a longevity of the contract, and there is a trust that the customer would have if I work with this cloud partner. This is going to be there for long in the game. Otherwise, I'll be putting my products, my applications, everything on the on the cloud with this cloud service provider, and this guy runs away. So I'll have to go through the pains of re-implementation, relocation, etc. So I think these are some of the challenges that I talked about. Cloud are very, very important for the cloud service providers to take note of and make amends accordingly to help the customer to adopt the product faster.
Absolutely, sir. So, along with that question, the other question is, how can the above challenges be overcome to leverage the cloud's full potential?
Yeah, very, very good and very difficult question. I tell you why. See, the cloud, the visionaries are the ones who vision the cloud, how the cloud would work, how their applications on the cloud would have one vision and one thought and one way of looking at the things. Now, when it comes to selling the products, selling the cloud, how do the people who are selling the cloud engage with the customer to make the customer comfortable in making their decision, be very, very transparent with respect to what is going to be available, what is not going to be available, how the things are calculated, how the load is calculated, and if there is a new or additional load requirement, how fast that will be provided, and if the customer wants to disengage with that cloud service provider, wants to go to another cloud service provider, how this cloud service power provider is contractually bound to help in transforming from one cloud to another. How would these cloud service providers help the customer to operate in a multi-cloud environment, having a little bit more agnostic with respect to the clouds to make the customer more comfortable in being there, being agnostic to the cloud. So these are some of the things that the cloud service providers or the application service providers who host their applications on cloud should take care to make the customer more comfortable in ensuring that his questions are answered. He's comfortable, yes, this will happen in this manner. And the cloud service provider displays and shows the technical capabilities to do that. And he is building in those things that he's talking about in the contract so that he says, I'm walking, I'm talking what I'm, walking, what I'm talking, basically.
So, sir, the last question will be, what are the key misconceptions or myths that about cloud technology that you often encounter, and how can these be dispelled to help organization embrace cloud with confidence?
Okay. There are three misconceptions, top three misconceptions that I can talk about. One is the cost. The, the myth is the cloud is cheap. It's not. It's not because everybody has to earn, right? The cloud service provider has to earn. So he will estimate the life of whatever service he provided up to a certain extent. And the customer will work out in his own way. On the paper, it becomes very easy, very simple, and everybody is happy that the cloud is cheap, but it is not. In the long run, when you analyze, it work out, it is not cheap. There is one misconception or myth that that the people have that I want to upfront clear that. Second is uh, on demand. You know, it's nothing is just on demand on the fly. There has to be a process, and the customer has to follow that process, and there will be time lag depending upon the cloud service that one is talking about in asking for that service and the service provider providing their service, and depending upon what contract one has, there will be certain escalations, price, etc. will be involved in that. So it's not that you open the tap and you start and then close the tap and it's closed. It's not like that. There is a second thing. Third thing is that it's not easy myth is that it's easy for moving from one service provider to another service provider. That is not so, because you're talking of applications. You're talking of multiple applications, and you are likely to be in a multi-cloud environment where there are multiple IPs, multiple regulations, and multiple threats with respect to security. And also, in the multi-cloud environment, you have certain I would say the time or notice periods that one has with the customer. So that has to be. So it is not just move from one service provider to another cloud service provider every time. That is a myth that they have. There is going to be a painful process of moving from one cloud to another cloud. Now, these are the talked about. These three are the myths that specifically I wanted to highlight. And fourth important point is that people believe, and the myth is that if you move to cloud, you are secure. It's not so. There has to be enough security initiatives that need to be taken as good as you take for our in-house based server or in-house applications or whatever. The security initiatives do not change whether you are in-house or whether you are in cloud. So you will have to specifically take the security initiatives to protect your applications, your data, your cloud. So that is a myth that the customers typically have, and I want to clear it.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing such valuable insights with us. It was a privilege to have you in our CIO Agenda series. Thank you for sharing us such insightful thoughts and for your time.
Thank you, Nikita. It's been my pleasure, and really appreciate inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.